everybody, good morning. I am your host, Deborah Bloom, and this is my lovely co-host,
Amanda Gregel.
and welcome to the first of many episodes of Sip and Chat, our monthly series where we talk to you about mental health.
Yes, we're here to make the process look a little easier for you. I'm a licensed mental health counselor here in Florida, and I was also a previous teacher in Florida. So I bring all my techniques into counseling. My specialty is working with children, adolescents, and adults, and we're here to help you. So go ahead.
It's wonderful.
What about you, Deborah?
Yeah, so my specialty is working with women that are going through postpartum depression, also prepartum depression, any concerns that you may have after delivering a baby. I also work with couples. I also work with individuals and young adolescents that are going through mood disorders, and also couples that are going through communication issues.
That's great. And I also work with anxiety, depression, transitions, school behaviors, emotions, the list goes on. But our purpose here today is to help you understand what mental health really looks like in the process.
Yeah. So I kind of wanted to start out our conversation by asking you a question. Would that be okay?
Of course.
Great. So I was thinking, really, Amanda, you know, a lot of people out there are having all sorts of issues related to their mental health. When do you think that it's the correct time for somebody to seek out a therapist?
That's a great question, Deborah.
Thank you.
I think it's really important to know when it becomes chronic in your life. And what I mean is the warning signs. For instance, if you are experiencing emotional, like anxiety or depression, and if the kids are acting out, depends on the individual. But the warning signs are there because it's continuous and it keeps happening. And you're seeing a disruption in their function at school, at work, in relationships. And it really starts to become a problem. So I think once you realize that this isn't just a phase, it's continuous, it's time to get help so it doesn't continue to get worse.
So thank you so much. I think that's a really fantastic description of the process and thinking about longevity. And so here's another question I have. So what are the warning signs of mental health? What should people be on the lookout for?
Okay, so for instance, some symptoms that are warning signs are if there's a disruption in your sleep, if you're sleeping too much or too little, if you're constantly worried and your mind just doesn't shut off, you know, it's replaying over and over, if you're eating too much or eating too little. There's a lot of different symptoms. It's really individualized to the person, but you'll see that also it's impacting your work. You can't concentrate. The child might be irritable and angry and acting out. So again, once you realize that there's a problem, it's our job to really screen out those symptoms and diagnose, you know, whatever it is that's going on so we can provide treatment. So the warning signs are there. You're not the specialist, but you know that something is wrong and it's continuous. And that's when you seek out help. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Good.
Yeah. So, Amanda, I've been asking you some questions. Do you have any questions for me?
I do, Deborah.
Okay. What questions do you have?
Okay. So now that we know longevity, the chronic, the symptoms, the warning signs, and when you should really seek help.
Okay.
What do you think about explaining a little bit with the process, once you made that decision, what the process would look like?
Yeah, totally. So I know it can be a little bit difficult and kind of complicated process, right? If it's your first time seeking out a mental health counselor, even a little bit scary. Like, what does that look like? How do you call somebody and let them know all these difficulties that you're having, maybe some emotional situations that you're having? But I think really the important thing is to do your research. You want to make sure that the therapist that you find, that you have a really good rapport, that you have good chemistry. So I'm going to give you a list of a couple places, guys, that you can find some great therapists, okay? So the first one is Google, right? We're going to Googleize it. We're going to Google it. We're going to search out, we're going to read reviews, read what people are saying about the therapist in your area. Very important, okay?
That's a very good point.
Yeah, and I think that some of these therapists also offer 15 to 20-minute free phone consult. So you can see if you are a good match for each other, right? So you can feel comfortable to open up.
Right.
Another place you can go, guys, is Psychology Today. Here's a great directory of all sorts of mental health counselors. You can see if they're in network with your insurance, if you want to go and use that process. You can look at their specialty areas that they're experts in. You can also go to goodtherapy.org,
That's true.
kind of the same thing. And then a more recent one, it's called Therapy Den. Not too many people know about it, but it's another online directory. You can also reach out to your OBGYN or other service providers like your pediatrician, right, Amanda?
Right, your school guidance counselor. The
right.
school has a lot of resources as well.
Mhm.
It's endless where you
Yeah.
can begin, but we're here to just help tune out, some options for you.
That's right, guys. So don't feel scared. Don't feel like nobody's out there. We're here to really support and to guide the process. So Amanda, if they have any questions,
Yes, you can please contact us. You can send us a message. You can ask questions on, below here, and we'll be more than happy to answer them for you.
yeah. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you have found the information that we provided and shared with you today very helpful, and that it will guide you in your search to find a mental health counselor and to be aware of the warning signs. Thank you so much, and please join us next month for our episode of Sip and Chat.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Have a wonderful day, guys. Tchau, tchau. Beijinho.